Alright guys, today we're going to move on with the 00 HG kit reviews, and this time it's going to be the big, bulky, giant Gundam Virtue. But it's not just going to be Virtue, and if everybody knows 00, there's a reason for that. You're also going to get Gundam Nadleeh in the same review, and we'll cover that in just a second. We're going to look at Virtue's box really quick. Now, this artwork is a little bit different. It looks almost CG, but then again, yeah, parts of the show actually did. But you do get a great shot of the, the really big, bulky Gundam Virtue right here. Holding his giant mega bazooka and the shoulder cannons. It's just... this thing is ridiculous. It just really is. And up here you get the 00 logo, HG Gundam 00 right there. Big letters Gundam Virtue. You get Gundam 00, 1/44 scale model, Bandai, because you know why. And we come to the bottom. Here you get the great shot of the shoulder GN cannons set up there. The big GN Bazooka. And right here it even shows you that stuff happens. And of course you can get the great shot of it, well, shooting everything. It's a great view there. And then come down here and you show them just kind of all tucked away. Actually, I'm pretty sure this is talking about the GN field that it can do. And here shows the beam Saber. Come over here. It's a little bit of a display and details. Got the swivelly hips. I think this is just basically saying detailed, panel line and stuff like that. And you got a good shot of him on the action base, which I'm pretty sure that's all this is saying. Put it on a action base. It'll look awesome. Come over here. Oh, that box is in the way. Push it back. And you get a repeat of the top of the box art. Yay. Come to the other side. You get a good shot. This time you get a front and rear shot. On the O Gundam, you only got a front shot. And, yeah. Virtue is ridiculous. The thing is just giant. I mean, leg day. Leg day exists only because of this thing. And you get a good read-up of that. And, of course, it's pilot... I was getting ahead of myself. Pilot Tiria Erde. Yep. You get the awesome safety warnings there. Don't stick anything in this box in your 3-year-old's face. It's 1,500 yen. You come over here, you get the different types of plastics. And when you turn it upside down, it is actually by Naochika Morishita, just like the other boxes are. We're going to go ahead and set that aside for the time being. And we'll look at the Gundam Nadleeh box. And this thing is really cool. It shows a massive action shot of Nadleeh there. All the great pink flowing hair here. Great beam shot. And black, taking a hit right here. You got some great explosions in the backgrounds. I like this. This actually looks like it's a completely different box art compared to that. But, yeah. Of course, 00, HG00. Also 00. Bandai. Oh, and of course you get a GNX over here, or a Jinx, as they like to call it. And this is actually from 2008. What was the other one from? 2007. So they were a year apart, roughly. Come to the bottom, you get some great action poses there. This thing is actually very articulate. It's really cool. And we'll cover why this thing is being reviewed the same way, or at the same time as the other one. You get all the weapons there. Beam this, beam that. GN this, GN that. I like the shield a lot. Cool BM Saber shot. Oh, hey, look. Why is he holding that GN cannon? I don't know. And I think this just shows that it has arms and they move in some way. And, of course, this says stuff can move here and there. Hips, legs, all that. Details. Hey, look. It fits on a stand. Go figure. Come down here and you see that this is number 15 in the series. I forgot to point out Virtue is number 6. So Gundam Nadleeh. Now here's an important thing I wanted to point out. This is GN0004. So that is the 4th Gundam in the series. If you look over here, Oh yeah, sorry, I bumped the camera. It's GN0005. So they count Virtue as a separate Gundam, which in some ways it is. We're going to come down here to the bottom, top, whatever side. You get a nice little read up there. Let's see here, how big was it? 18.1 meters, 54 tons. That's pretty heavy. So that's heavier than the O Gundam was. And you get a quick read up here as to where it comes from, why it does the things it does. It has the same pilot for some reason. I don't know why. You get the, of course, warnings. This thing was only 1,200 yen because it's a very small kit. We'll look at that in a second. You get all the plastics there. And it is also by Naochika Morishita. Well, I'm pretty sure he does all of the boxes in this line. Okay, so that's it for the boxes. I'm going to try to get through this fairly quickly because there's a lot of Gundam to look at. That's not a fat joke, I swear. Alright guys, here we have Gundam Nadleeh and Gundam Virtue out of the display case because they weren't in the boxes. I did build these guys early this year, late last year, when I really started getting into HG kits. The 00 kits were the first ones that I tackled because they were, well, my favorite line. And because they weren't offered in master grades, I had to buy the high grades. Now, let's see, who could we cover first? Let's go over Virtue first because it appeared first in the series. I'm going to set Nadleeh off to the side for a second. Now you see here, Virtue is a big, bulky Gundam of a thing. And there's a good reason for that, guys. This is all armor. Okay, that was a very blatant statement. Okay, it's not just armor. These giant leg things, these things up here, besides being cannons, everything on this thing is essentially particle storage. Because this thing is a giant bruiser of a tank with its massive guns. It needs lots and lots of GN particles. So for the most part, its armor and everything on it, well, it's all particle storage. So, you know, this giant gun over here, along with its other gimmicks of the GN field, all take an enormous amount of particles. So he needs to have that. So these giant legs are all about particle storage. Let's take a quick walk around here. You see the back side. Get the nice GN thrusters here. Now this thing does come with a lot of stickers, guys. Now, mind you, this was before I was painting on a ton of detail. You will see some painted details on this guy, but in a lot of places they are stickers. And we'll go ahead and take a look at that. This guy is actually pretty heavy. I mean, you'd think he would be because, hello, lots and lots of body. So, come up to the face here. Let's talk some quick details. There it goes. Okay, so we actually have a little sticker right there for the main camera. You do get the eye sticker in there. Actually, the sides of the head, you can, yeah, right in there. That's another great little foil sticker. Come on, open. Oh, balls. Okay, I'm gonna have to reattach that. Okay, back in here, that's another sticker right there in the GN drive. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get it to reattach. Didn't break anything, it just popped off. Come on. There it goes. Okay, so I don't know why that's fighting me. Okay, there it goes. Now it opens on its own. Okay, so like I said, that's a sticker back in there. Right here on the forearms, both of them. These little GN thingies, they light up in the series. There's a little sticker inside there. This is another sticker. On different versions of the different suits, that would be like a weird, like reflective-y, colorful plastic piece. Instead, this is a sticker. All these dark gray parts here. Sticker, 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 sticker. How many times am I going to say sticker in this review? Lots. Okay. Come over here to the side on the GN particle emitters. Sticker, sticker, sticker. Come to the butt. That's a sticker. All of these things. Stickers right here. Sticker. Sticker. Up here. Sticker. Yeah. Oh, sticker, sticker. Sticker. Alright. So we covered the fact this thing has lots of stickers. Now there's a reason. Because I didn't feel like making things in gray. which is really annoying. So, yeah, had the panel line all over this guy. You see here, big, chunky bits on here. Not really small, finite panel lines, but just things that had to be detailed right here on the butt, up in here, on these vents, all over this backpack. Just, it's hard to see, but there's panel line. Same thing right here on these arms. The back of the actual elbows and stuff. I don't know why they didn't give you stickers for this, but I guess I just thought it was enough. Panel lines there, all over the giant gun. You get some details, and of course there is gold paint in here because this was supposed to be yellow. They don't even give you a yellow piece. I just had to paint it gold. And we'll look more into detail on the gun when we get to weapons, but that is a thing. It's a thing that is here, guys. Very, very slowly pushing that in there. Yeah, some of these things are a little fragile. In fact, getting this thing out of the box and figuring out a couple things about it real quick, I did do a little bit of damage. Nothing bad. It just, you know, definitely broke some stuff. But that's not my fault. It's the fact that it didn't move as it was supposed to. And that's actually the truth. Now, we'll talk about some articulation. Standard. Is it a standard head? It looks... I might be wrong. No, that is not a normal polycap. That is actually a built-on head joint. So, whoop, it does come apart very easy. So he can look forward about that much. He can look up that much. And we're not going to get a spin around. Realistically, that big bulky head ain't going nowhere. Now, this is actually technically articulation. These cool clavicle fins, as we discussed with the O Gundam, that emit particles so that it blocks all kinds of radio communications and stuff. That's actually pretty neat. Those flip up. I like that gimmick. All of the Gundams in this generation have that, and it's just sweet. Now, it does have some nice arm articulation. It's got chest movement. Look at that. You can totally rock those shoulders, and even, I don't think the shoulders come out anymore. Now, instead of a normal captured ball joint in there, it's its own actual mechanism. So the shoulder itself can reach up about that far. Let's see how far we can go with the arm included. It can go up that far. So that's not too bad, but it could be better. Oh, I did forget. This is actually a sticker right here. I thought it was a separate piece, but it's been a while. But no, that's actually a sticker, that little purple bit there. Put the arm down. The reason we're testing this articulation on this arm, because he doesn't have a giant gun on it. So we can get some good bicep rotation. It's a little stiff. I'm not trying to force it. And you get single elbows, like so, about a 90-degree bend, and you get a little bit of ball joint maneuverability right there. As for torso, he doesn't have any ab crunch. Sorry. He did leg day. He didn't do ab day. And you do get plenty of rotation. You could probably go all the way around. It's just there's a lot of stuff. These giant side skirt, thruster, everything's. I think this is all one. No, okay. So these do move a little bit out of the way. They're part of the butt pack. They're not part of the actual hips. I gotta get these arms out of the way. That gun is heavy. Let's see here. Actual leg distance. It can go out that far, but unfortunately the hips do not. Now, oddly enough, the legs right there are just ball joints. They're not the normal type of hips, and you do get the hip swivel action. That's pretty nice. You don't get any thigh rotation. You just get what the ball joint can do there. As for knees, you do get, it is actually a double knee joint. There's a joint up here and a joint down here. The leg is just so big, you lose it. It is what it is, guys. This guy's meant to be a tank, not meant to, be a dancer. And of course, once again, I did not separate the hip or the front skirts because I wasn't doing that yet in my life. And down here, you get, there it goes. There's a hinge right in there and a ball joint. So you can get some side to side, some toe pointing, toe flopping, and then this toe armor stuff moves mostly up. Down doesn't really do anything. And you can see he can stand pretty well on his own. He is kind of chunky, but those legs really will hold him up. And he's balancing okay for the time being, but that gun is perilous out there. Now, well, that's one problem. Back of the hand, stupid HG hands, those always pop off. I'm going to go ahead and set his gun to the side for the second here, while I go over particular gimmicks of the thing. Back here, you can see I actually painted these GN thrusters. You'll see on all of my Gundam 00 kits, if it has GN thrusters like that, they are painted gold. I did not leave them yellow. Now, some of the abilities this guy has. These giant GN cannons on the shoulders. These things are awesome. Look at that. If you saw that pointed at you, you'd probably run. Now, they do have a nice sliding motion right there so that those can pop out. Unfortunately, they like to also slide right back in. Like that. Now, these things also double as GN particle emitters for GN field, which of course is just a shield that it emits that almost nothing can pass through. I do like that they even gave you that. I mean, I painted them gold in there because they were supposed to be a yellow sticker that doesn't exist. Just totally honest with you guys. They should have included something for that. It wouldn't have been that much more expensive. I mean, what's a couple bucks for screen accuracy, right? Tuck all those back in there. Now let's go ahead and look at his giant GN Bazooka. Now this thing is ridiculous. I like to think of it like kind of a killer whale. That's what it looks like. It looks like some kind of large whale to me, at least. Just with the black top and the white bottom. It does have a movable handle because it does need that. Now he does have these things on the side here. These handles come in handy in the hyper burst mode, and that's pretty awesome. He actually has a little carrying handle. That's kind of handy. I think you could technically, if you really wanted to try, you could dual wield it where he's holding it in this hand by the handle and then holding the other handle almost like a Gatling gun, probably. Now this thing does have a tiny bit of transformation. You slide. It's kind of stuck on. Or does it not do it with that handle in place? Hold on. Okay, give me a second. Okay, pop that off. And the whole top of the gun falls off. Actually, that's kind of handy. I needed to see in there anyways. Okay, let's put that back together. I'm trying to get the bottom to move, and the top is what came off. Okay, there it goes. It's on a little bit of a slider. It's really stiff, and you can see in here I've done some gold detailing. It was supposed to be yellow, like I stated before. And it does extend. You have a way to get in there and hook it. The barrel does extend for hyper burst mode. Come on, come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I think that's as far open as it'll go. Don't want to force it. You can see it's kind of like a clamp. It's really weird looking, but like alligator teeth. I do like that. Now, if we actually take this handle, plug it back in over here, if I can get it to plug in. Come on. Oh, I was off by a little bit. There we go. Now he can actually hold it like this. Now I'll show it right here. This is what broke on me right in there because that did not want to turn as it's supposed to. So it actually was fighting me, and as I was trying to turn it, it just decided to crack. Luckily, it didn't just shear off like it could have, but it's still annoying that it even went that far. I'm gonna make sure. There it goes. Okay, totally clipped in there now. Now you see this thing can butterfly. Now that's actually a pretty cool look. Now the real gimmick here is that, see this part. Now if you know the Lightning Gundam from Build Fighters Try, very similar thing here. So it plugs into the pretty much directly into the GN drive. So you flip this little thing up here. You flip that little thing down like that. You're going to want to take both hands, pull them forward. Go ahead and take the hand off there, or back of the hand off. And I'm going to be honest, this is slightly tricky because it takes a lot of coordination and a lot of moving parts. So you got to kind of get it in both hands. And without breaking anything, which is honestly the hard part, you kind of finagle it into the chest. I didn't have it open all the way. That helps. Okay, bend at the elbows just a little bit and put the hand up in here. You have to bear with me a little bit, guys. This is not that easy. Like I said, it takes a lot of finagling joints. Let me rotate the elbows around to where they're usable. I had a weird bend going on there. Okay, so squared up on the chest. Get this in both hands. And hopefully, nope, I got the wrong one. That's the left side. And mind you, these things do pop off real easy, especially in this mode. Come on. Come on, get. There it is. Okay. So, we're going to get it. We're going to get it real soon, guys, I swear. Okay. Bend your elbows just a little bit. Okay. I think we have stability, guys. That was not easy. Look at this. Look at this thing. This is in its hyper burst mode. It is ridiculous. So it plugs directly into the GN drive to focus all of the particles out through the enormous barrel here. Now if you really want to take it to the next level, you put the GN cannons out too, and it's basically shooting everything it has at you. And that is, honestly, you would not want to see this. If you were the guys fighting against this. This is not what you'd want to see. And I do love this big green camera sticker there. That is awesome. Oops. I did forget one thing about Virtue here. He does actually have one more weapon, as if the giant gun wasn't big enough. He's got a beam saber. Technically he's got two. But what I forgot to do was point out where he keeps them. Right up under... See here. Everything's in the way. Right up under the knee, under there. I think you gotta kind of pry it out a little bit. It seems stuck. There it goes. Yeah, how are you supposed to... It is like so far in there. Okay, here we go. I've got the knee pulled back. Ah! It's just... It's impossible. It's impossible, guys. I can't... There we go. Come on. Come on. Ugh. Okay, so there is, in fact, a little bitty tab way down in there that it does plug into. I completely forgot about these things until I opened the box and found the actual beam sabers. And it does function as all other beam sabers do, and it is just a kind of a standard 00 beam saber. So that's it. I just thought I'd have to add that a little addendum there. So I'm going to put that back in there before I completely forget about it. Watch me not be able to do so. It'll stay in there, right? Who knows? Okay, it's in there. Alright, that's it. Alright, so that is it for the quick little run through of Virtue. Now let's talk about Nadleeh and why it is special. We will set this giant priapic thing off to the side over here, sort of in the background. You'll see it. It's okay. Nadleeh is important for one real reason, guys. It's inside Virtue. Early in the series, they didn't want to have to do it. I don't think it was a final battle, but it was leading up to the final battle of the first season. They needed to make an escape. They couldn't beat the guys that were fighting, and one of the only ways to do it was with what they call the trial system, which basically shuts down, well, everything nearby, except for anything connected directly to their Veda system. And the Nadleeh here emits the trial wave. So he ejected all of the armor, all of the particle storage, all of that ejects off of Virtue, and out pops Nadleeh. And this thing is cool. This is actually one of the... Actually, it was the last one I got. I built this one not too long ago. There's pictures of it, in fact, in this, pretty much in this setup. So this one right here pretty much got me into reviewing. And I like the details on this guy. Girl. Fluid genders, guys. Fluid genders. We'll talk about the shield in a second. So realistically, we'll come up close and you can really tell what's going on here. So if you notice, this head is almost identical to Virtue, minus some of the extra armor. So you'd have more cheek bits and the big chin. Now in the actual series, when they ejected the armor was actually hanging off the end of the hair here. The wiry looking hair. So that's how that happened. Of course, hold on, let me flip these guys up. As usual, I love the fact they even put safety nubs on those. Like, somebody's really going to put their eye out, guys. Come on, really. And you can see here, if you had the rest of the chest armor here, it would have all been ejected. So this is the same GN drive as Virtue back there. And in fact, the shoulders would technically be tucked in up under those shoulders. Now, I have to think about it. I'm going to research it a little bit. But the 1 to 100 scale Virtue, I think, comes with Nadleeh inside it. I think you have the ability to rip the armor off. Don't necessarily quote me on that. I will look it up later. But we can talk specific details here. I did do some details, and there are plenty of stickers to go around. So you got the crest, or the camera sticker, eye sticker. You got some helmet stickers right up here with a nice red to kind of indicate the hair coming out. You get a couple little gray stickers right there. In fact, there was supposed to be a couple stickers right there and there. I actually just did a quick little once-over with panel line marker to darken that. On tops of the shoulders, you do get more stickers. I think when I built this, I was completely out of my favoriteest dark gray marker ever, so I couldn't do any of those details. Just like since these are the same thighs as Virtue, you get the same purple markings there. That's pretty cool. I do like that. Had to do sticker work right here on the inner side of the leg. Same thing on the outside of the leg and the front of the leg. So you get this weird, it doesn't really have a purpose, but all of the Gundams have it, and it's only really on the legs and the arms. So I don't know if it's for the energy flow or something. They never really, point that out technologically. You get lots of great panel lines on this, where you get the large chunkiness with no details. This, you get lots of fine detail, and I really do dig this. Now, these legs are very much like the Exia, with the exception of having the clear crystals here. There's a lot of details about this that are like the Exia, because in the first generation, third-ish generation of these Gundams, they all have the same basic frame. GN drive inside, and that's pretty much it. And then come back here, you do get a sticker inside the arm, just like you do in the GN drives, just as you always do. Oh, is that yeah, I forgot. There's a little bitty sticker right there, but it's actually, you put it on and then you piece everything together. That's actually pretty neat. We've got some more panel line detailing here. Come back here to the GN. I think it's just the particle tank. It's not the full-on GN thruster like the other ones have. It's a little bit different. So while it does have the GN drive, it doesn't have the same outward thrusters that some of the other ones do, especially Exia or O Gundam. Yep, that's a sticker too, right there. Yeah, so this thing has a lot of stickers, guys. I do love the robotic detail of it, and just the clean, almost sanitary look of the fact that it's just all white. And it's such a stark difference from Virtue, from the giant body armor to this little skinny rail of a thing. And I like it, but it feels sturdy even with something so small. Now, a big difference, this bit right here is actually a hard plastic piece that's molded in that purple color. That's not a sticker like before. And the hair is actually a soft plastic, almost a rubber. And I did panel line that just to make it stand out. It looks weird, it looks dirtier that way though. I don't mind it. It looks like I did a couple little silver dots right there. And like I said, I pointed out before, that's actually silver right there. Well, I do really like this guy slash girl slash robot, whatever. It's just something different. Like, it just... like somebody posted a question not that long ago, how many Gundams have hair? Well, this is one of them. And you do, of course, get a normal fist, and you do get a open hand. I don't think it comes with a normal right fist. I can't recall. It does come with a very, very different rifle. So this is, I forget who uses it, but it does have a use in the series, and they used it again on this. It's obviously not the same as the giant bazooka, because it can't use it. It doesn't have the particles for it. Painted on some nice silver details, but other than being a rifle, you can actually mount this awesome GN blade on it. That is just really cool. And then, like a lot like Exia and 00, it has the forearm plug. So you stick the handle in the hand, and that plugs right into the forearm. So that's kind of how it gets its power. And I love that they keep the gimmick in the toy. Now we'll talk about the awesome shield. This is obviously a very different shield compared to some other ones. It's very similar to Exia's shield. But other than that, it's very different. Now, what makes it different here is I painted this. Like, it was all white. It was all the same white. And they gave you a really big, or several, wraparound red stickers to go there. And I said, nope, I'm painting that. Because I had some really nice metallic Tamiya red. So, you know, this is actually just primered white right here. And then I clear coated the whole thing with a semi-gloss. And then I got some panel lining inside there to darken that up. But I thought this came out really, really nice. I like that it's, you know, it's just so pretty. Yeah, I realistically did this in like 10 minutes. It's one of the fastest, cleanest paint jobs I've ever done. And then even back here, you know, where this would have gone probably farther, you know, just mashed it off real quick with some painter's tape. And then also, just like the Exia, it also plugs right into the forearm, just like so. And now you've got it with this great, I don't know if it actually emits GN particles, but it probably does, shield. And this guy, girl, fluid genders, guys, fluid genders, just looks awesome. And we'll bring back Virtue and its giant cannon of doom, because realistically that's what it is. It shoots giant beams of death, guys. Alright, so that's going to be it for the first Gundams from Tieria Erda. Now, like I said, we're going to go through these by pilot, by generation. So I can't do all of his suits in one shot, so this is his first generation suits. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you learned something about these really awesome new Gundams. And like, subscribe, check out all of the other reviews that are going to be in this playlist. Check out my IBO playlist and all my other Gunpla reviews. And I will catch you guys on the next review. And remember to always keep on building.